Hey folks, and welcome to the start of another Let's Play for Civilization 5. I am the Game Mechanic, as always here, and I'm going to bring you the commentary. And this time we are going to shoot for a scientific victory. And we're going to use this brand new, I think it's only like a week or so old, brand new Civ that we're going to be playing as. We're going to play as Korea, and it's going to rock. The reason I chose Korea, is perfect because I was sort of going through the list here, debating like, should I, which guy should I choose for the scientific victory? Nebuchadnezzar seems kind of predictable, blah blah blah. And so this guy came out, and I read his little thing here, and it's a science bonus thing, and that's amazing because that's what we're gonna go for. So you can read here, +1 science for all specialists, and for great percentile improvements. And then a tech boost every time you build a scientific building or wonder, but only in the capital. So that seems strong for our science-y stratagem, if you will. And here's the turtle ship and the Hawacha? I don't know. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. Probably not, but that's probably what I'll go with for now. Those are his 2 units. He doesn't have a building, which I don't know. I tend to like the buildings because the buildings sort of stay with you throughout the game, whereas military units get outdated, even strong ones. But that's cool. We're going to play as him. Sejong, I think. Sejong, maybe. Let's go back to continents. I think we'll stick with small. We'll change that up in the future, but I think for each one of these victory types, we'll just rock the small. So, we'll stay immortal deity at some point. It'll be epic, I am sure. Advanced setup, I'm super tempted to change these and like pick my own enemies just so that I don't see the same 2 that we've seen every time. I don't want to see, I wish I could like exclude Nebuchadnezzar and Askia, and then I would be totally fine with whoever else is there. But we've seen them in both of our games so far, and so that's sort of annoying. But alas, I'm just going to leave it as random. I'm not going to mess with any of this stuff. I've gone over that in previous videos. I am going to turn off diplomatic. It didn't come into play last time with our cultural victory, but I do think it might this time because with the science victory, you're going to wind up maxing out your tech tree so that you can build the spaceship parts and then get to Alpha Centauri, which is how you culminate a scientific victory. So you have to build all these spaceship parts and then move all the parts to your capital or wherever you're going to launch it from, and then launch away. So that's going to take some time, and it's going to be at the end of the game, and I am going to be friends, I hope, with most of the city-states, and so I don't want anyone to steal or just build the United Nations, and that would end the game. So, any hoozle, let's go ahead and start the game.
Greetings to you, exalted King Sejong the Great, servant to the people and protector of the Choson dynasty. Your glorious vision of prosperity and overwhelming benevolence towards the common man made you the most beloved of all Korean kings. From the earliest days of your reign, the efforts you took to provide a fair and just society for all was surpassed only by the technological advances spurred onwards by your unquenched thirst for knowledge. Guided by your wisdom, the scholars of the Jade Hall developed Korea's first written language, Hangul, bringing the light of literature and science to the masses after centuries of literary darkness. Honorable Sejong, once more the people look to you for guidance. Will you rise to the occasion, bringing harmony and understanding to the people? Can you once again advance your kingdom's standing to such wondrous heights? Can you build a civilization that stands the test of time?
Awesome. So Sejong the Great, if you will. That is us. So I don't know if you took the time to read while I was mousing over these. Turtle ship replaces the Caravel, and it's a lot stronger. Strength of 30 there, which is pretty impressive. Which means it'll be able to sustain a lot of damage, but the problem is it can't enter ocean hexes, and that seems really dumb to me because the Caravel is the first deep sea entering ship that you get, and so you're sacrificing that for just like a tanky, like tough ship, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's kind of silly. And then this guy, is weak against cities, and it's a ranged unit, and you know, from a I guess role-playing element, this actual unit wouldn't be strong against a city, but again, that's sort of like you're like it's eye for an eye, right? Like you're gaining a bonus, right? It's strong against land units, but weak against cities. So I mean, I guess it can clear out military, but how are you supposed to assault the city then? So I don't know, maybe better on defense. I guess you can make that argument. Which, I don't know, is alright, but I think that's sort of goofy that they're doing that with the last couple civs that they released. Like the Herald Bluetooth, the Denmark guy, his units are only like specifically good, like attacking from the sea or in like Arctic terrain, and that's so situational. I don't think it's as good as maybe some of the other ones. But this, Scholars at the Jade Hall, seems like a really good ability, and I think it's going to benefit us just fine. So I'll deal with my annoyance for these guys and just be happy with Scholars of the Jade Hall. Holy crap. That is a lot of silver, marble, and stone. 3 silver. Holy crap. Cool. I like that. Actually, this looks really appealing. We don't have any power tiles. There's an oasis down there, but we don't have any like 3 food tiles to begin the game with, which I do like for really fast city growth. But that's alright. This seems really strong. So let's found our city. Someone suggested, why don't you found your cities on hills, get the extra production early on, and that is really strong. But I want all these resources, so I don't want to lose a turn and then start. So we're just gonna found right there, and we're gonna start with the monument. It's just too important to get the early culture. To sit there with 1 culture for forever is not a good idea. So we'll get our culture going again. We're gonna need lots of social policies. And research-wise, so there are 3 new wonders that I can build. I bought the Ancient Wonders pack. The Temple of Artemis, the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, and the Statue of Zeus here. I don't really know what they do. Oh, that's really good, particularly for our location right now. We have 3 of those resources, so that's 6 gold. And then this 100 gold each time a great person is expended seems really good. Statue of Zeus. That's actually really strong too. If you're going for some sort of militaristic victory, that is incredibly strong. 15% for all city attacks. Like, wow. That's really good. I'd really like this, actually. It's new, so it'd be fun to build. And it actually would be really strong. We want to prioritize science, of course. That's the type of victory we're going to go for here. And the Great Library is going to give us a boost from our little ability, as well as the free text. So we want that as soon as possible. But I can't bring myself to rush this because we don't have a single calendar-based resource to improve. So we'd be really screwing our ability to improve any resources if we went this route first. So I think masonry actually, once we get masonry, mining plus masonry means we could improve literally all of these. And at least have that option early on. So I think that's really strong. Plus we could maybe build this early. We'll see what happens. I also am tempted to go for the wheel. The granary doesn't help us that much in this particular city because we don't have wheat, bananas, or deer. So it's still a good building, but it's not like OP. It's not really strong. So the wheel is the other option. I like to discover horses and get a watermill as well. Watermill is really strong, particularly when the granary doesn't make as much sense. But I think we'll stick with masonry. We'll start down that road and see what happens. Get our first ruins. And some cattle up there. Actually, that will be able to be worked by soul. So let's go there. And advanced weapons. I like that. That's good. And actually a bunch more resources. Perhaps there for a second city. That might be good. There'd be a lot of cattle that we could work. And we've met Pachuti, or
Aisha
Pachacuti.
Tukanchi. Yuka Mikani Pachakutik. Inka Kunapagapa.
How honored you must be to meet us. Yes, so honored, sir. So honored. You and your crazy chair. What's he got?
Kajarichi.
He has... Oh, crap. I didn't look at, what tile we were working. It's like, why is our gold so high? That shaves off one turn at this point. Nah, we'll just stick with that. Let's reset this. I would have actually changed, I think, to production. I think it would have shaved more than just a turn off, but at this point, well, I'll take the extra gold, I suppose. Let's go up this way. So, wow, this river valley has some really nice resources. These cattle, wheat. Actually, if we put a city there, we could work the silver, the cattle, those cattle, and 2 sources of this wheat here, which seems super strong. Actually, is that him? I'm like squinting to see this. I think that's his border. I don't know if you guys can see that as well as I can. I don't know how it translates to YouTube, but if that's him, I'm just going to go this way, because he's already on that side of the river, looking for stuff and exploring. I think I'll just go about my merry way over here. Discover some incense. I don't really see us being able to work that. Actually, there, 1, 2, 3. There we would be able to. Wow. So there we'd be able to work the incense and the silver and those cattle and that cattle and 2 sources of wheat. Holy cow. That would be an incredible city. Yeah, we get some desert tiles, and this incense is on desert, so it's not the best tile to work, but it is an extra luxury resource that we don't have. We don't have access to incense at all right now. So barbarians are there. Can I just go buy them? Aha, Dublin. So Dublin is militaristic and neutral. That would be fine if we need a militaristic city-state. Actually, we'll need a bunch of city-states to take advantage of scholasticism. But I'd rather friend up a cultured early on, or maritime. Even though maritime city-states have been nerfed like a lot since this game came out. And I want this ruins. So marble, a ton of sheep, that's gonna maybe be worked by this city. Let's see what we get there. Ooh, free pottery. I will take that.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
That's really strong. I think that's one of the, if not the best early on. Culture is really good too, population's really good too, but tech is always really good as well. So, particularly pottery, which is my next path here, I think.
Meek shall inherit the earth, but not its mineral rights.
So we've got mining. I'm just going to pass through Dublin and come down this way. They'll get over it. They're a little mad, but I will explore that. Maybe go up to the hill next. Okay, so we finish our monument. I think I'm going to start on a warrior. And if I change this 8 turns... Oh no, it's working it. Okay, that's what we want. That's good. Alright, so we'll get going on our warrior. And we'll go up on this hill and find some ruins. sure I'm not walking into a barbarian camp. Well, so it's revealing nearby barbarian camps. I don't see any. It didn't, I mean, that one I already knew was there. And that one I already knew was there. So that was completely useless. Wow, actually this here would be a really strong spot for a city, right there. We'd get all of these, and we could even, actually we could get that silver from there too, but not the cattle. That's an interesting thought too. We'll definitely want to put a city there. I think our first one should go up here though, to zone Pachacuti away from us. I don't like that there's not a whole lot of territory between us here. Actually, I'm gonna go up and keep an eye on things. Our warrior's almost done. He can go explore too. Let's go across the river. Plus I want to see what's over here, so that works out. Tradition for sure. Double our culture per turn. Now we're up to 6. I don't really want to walk in front of that barbarian encampment, so I'll go through the woods. More stone. Mount Fuji. Nice. Mount Fuji's good if you can get it right away, but later on it starts to lose its appeal. And the city-state. Here's our warrior. We'll have him go explore stuff to the south. We'll meet them. Vienna. Pachacuti's of course already met them, and Vienna has gems. Ooh, there are more gems. Ooh. Oh. If we put a city there, we could work those gems. And the 2 sources of wheat. But not those cattle. But these cattle. And we keep both our cities on the same side of the river. I don't know what that means, but just an observation. So what to build next? I don't really need the granary. Oh, we're a turn away from masonry. Alright, I'll put 1 point into something. And then maybe start on the mausoleum. Free worker is always really good too. Pyramids is good. I kind of want to build this. It's new. And it's really strong. We don't have a ton else to build other than a worker. And I might pop our next social policy. Well, not our next, but 2 away from a worker there. Let's put a point of production in a worker. Oops. Click scout. No, let's put it in granary. I might wind up buying a worker if we can get some more money. I might go that route too.
How happy are those whose walls already...
Alright, so we're a turn away from... I don't know, I want to work the production tiles. Screw the money right now. Still 1 turn away from growth, and that's down to 31 turns. Which will go be less in a second. Oh, hello. There's, yeah, like I thought. There's his territory. Let's go writing. Now that we have the rest of this stuff. And we'll see what we get there. 20 culture, nice! One of my favorites. See what he's got going on. So he's already got a worker, improved wheat, and 2 warriors. And we're getting liberty. And we're only a few turns away actually now from our worker. Okay, so that worked out. Or might wind up working out, I'm not sure. You know, the other thing is I could do collective rule and get a settler. Maybe I'll they got 2 warriors now. Have 2 warriors now. Maybe I'll bring this warrior up and we'll take care of this encampment since it's sort of in our way. I'd like Vienna to target it, but maybe that's not going to happen. I don't know what the quickest route home is, or up there is. And I'm not going to do anything yet. I need to go there, I think. I think we'll just keep him scouting. I don't want him to come waltz down here with a settler and think he's all cool. Because he's not. He's a jerk. Well-fed people. It's not me. Oh yeah, we have our third citizen. What are we working? Alright. So he's dealing with that barbarian. That's good. That's good. And there comes another one. This guy is almost here now. Okay, good. Boy, do I... What do I want to do here? Probably citizenship. I think it's a little early for a settler, and if I just keep my units up here, I should be able to stop him. Either zone him out, which is funny to do if you